your play-by-play man. The first news is that Tony Dorsett will start his 93rd consecutive game as a running back for the Dallas Cowboys. I caught him coming out of the dressing room. He said, it's game day, isn't it? That's what I get paid for. He gets paid a lot for it, and he's a great running back. Now, with me is Dick Vermeil, the former Super Bowl coach for the Eagles. Which Dallas team are we going to see? The one that showed up last year and Detroit whipped, or the one that beat New York the other night?
Tom, I can't believe that Tom Landry will allow his football team to come into Detroit 2 years in a row and be complacent and take them for granted. In talking with them last night, as you recognized and I did, they're a much more serious football team. They're ready to play.
Now, Detroit last week got 174 yards rushing out of James Jones. But can they really do that? Keith Thorney, their all-pro right guard, is on the IR, will not play. Can they move the ball on the ground?
Well, I think you can move it, but I don't think you can beat Dallas with a one-dimensional offense. You have to throw the ball efficiently to win, and if Detroit's going to win the football game, they really have to pick up the passing game.
And, of course, we talked a little bit, Dick, about that great home advantage that Detroit seems to have. Last year, they won 7 games, 6-2 here at the Silverdome. They beat Dallas, San Francisco, Miami, New York Jets, and those are all playoff teams. So we're not kidding about the Lions being very good here in this ballpark. A big crowd, and, of course, this is a good game. Last year, Detroit had no chance, we didn't think, or a lot of people didn't think, and darn if they didn't beat the Cowboys 26-21. Murray for Detroit will kick off, one of the very fine kickers in the league. Lovett and Darryl Clack, 2 young, fine running backs for Dallas, and they haven't run back many kickoffs in a long time between touchdown run backs for the Cowboys. Here's Darryl Rogers in his second year at the helm of Detroit. They whipped Minnesota last week, 13-10. And, of course, the only coach they've ever had.
Tom Landry is the best. When you coach against him, Tom, you better be prepared, because if you aren't superbly prepared, he's going to beat you.
Danny White said that the old man, or Tom Landry, wasn't as interested in the offense until about halfway through preseason. Now he's beginning to get involved again.
Well, he turned it over to the direction of Paul Hackett, the new coordinator.
Second game of the season is underway. That is Darryl Clack. Clack at the 6-yard line, out to the 19-yard line. Angelo King made the tackle. Danny White, no interceptions last week against the New York Giants in a big win that the Cowboys had. That's the key to him. His defense against him, Keith Ferguson, Eric Williams, and William Gay, who intercepted his first pass a year ago in this ballpark. Jimmy Williams, James Harrell, and Maxwell very good against the run inside, and Angelo King a good blitzer on the outside. McNorton and Watkins at the corners, the rookie Mitchell at safety. Demetrius Johnson will be against Cosby. First and 10, the ball is on the 19. The handoff to Dorsett. The injured one gets out to the 25. Looked pretty swift. Here's the Dallas offense. Danny White, Tony Dorsett, number 93 in a row, he started. Newsom at fullback. Tony Hill and Gordon Banks, both from Stanford, on the outside as receivers. Richards, Titanser, Rafferty, who's been in every game since he became a Cowboy as a player. Kerr, Cooper, and Doug Cosby, who had 11 catches a year ago. Call it second down 4 as Danny White changes the formation and moves Tony Hill to the bottom of your screen. Walker is in the game and gets the pass. Herschel is dropped short of the first down at the 28-yard line by Jimmy Williams.
This is something that Danny White is really not used to doing, Tom, of laying the ball off quickly to the running back. He's used to hanging on to the ball, but when you have backs like they do in Dallas with the likes of Herschel Walker with a new philosophy of throwing the ball, they want him to get the ball out there and let him go ahead and run with it.
It'll be third down and 1. Are we going to see the full house backfield, the old straight T that we've heard about that they might run?
I kind of doubt we'll see it in the true. They might line up in it, but they won't stay in it.
It's an offset pro set now. Walker is in there at that right halfback spot, right in the bottom center of your screen. Third down and 1. First down. Gordon Banks ran the deep sideline, and White was very cool in finding him.
You're going to see Danny White on 3rd and 1 situation now. Just a straight drop back pass, 5-step drop, turn to his left, fire the night out pattern here to Gordon Banks, number 87, being covered tightly by Bruce McNorton. But it's tough to cover that guy one-on-one, Tom, if you don't have any help underneath.
A 15-yarder, the first pass, or the second pass by Danny White, and it was complete. Remember, White had no interceptions against the Giants, and that's the key to him. 1st and 10. Dorsett stumbles and falls at the 41. Looked like he lost his footing.
Tom, I really think that Phil Posderick, number 75, the left tackle, was trying to influence block William Gay, the defensive right end, number 79, and the influence block was not effective. Therefore, Dorsett got hit in the backfield.
I'm glad you mentioned Posderick because he's starting at left tackle as Richards still has that bad ankle. It's the 3rd game the big left tackle has missed, and Posderick got a game ball for the win over the Giants. 2nd down 11, a loss of 1 for Tony D. Back to Dorsett. He's got a block. Dorsett to the 44-yard line. Jimmy Williams making his 2nd solo tackle.
You're going to see a toss here to the left side of your screen. Dorsett standing at the very left corner of your screen. Nice toss pitch back. You'll see Cooper, number 61, going to kick out on the strong safety. Now Williams coming up from the inside, number 59, making the play. And he's the contract holdout guy that we didn't actually hear his name much last weekend during the game. Now it looks like he's getting his feet under him.
He's ready to go again. He's got great speed, the Nebraska linebacker. 3rd down and 9. Dorsett has 7 yards, and that's the shotgun for Dallas. White. Complete. Walker was at the 49-yard line of Detroit, short of the 1st down. Hit by Galloway.
You can see that they were going from the shotgun. They just wanted to hit the little 8 to 9-yard pass for the 1st down. Herschel Walker catches it to the left side of your screen. Nice little stop patterned by the running back. In front of the defender, number 40, Galloway. He gets a little help right there from number 27, Bobby Watkins. Now you can see him take a shot right at the end of the throw. No 1st down.
A completion and no 1st down. You're looking at Mike Saxon. He had 3 out inside the 20 a week ago. That's Pete Manley, a very, very dangerous type punt returner. This is a high kick. Manley's going to fair catch it. The Lions have the ball at the 12-yard line. 11:08 left in the 1st. No score. Cowboys and Lions.
Mobil 1 synthetic motor oil. It's what all these racing champions have in common. It gives any engine unbeatable protection. From an IndyCar engine to a powerful 8-cylinder engine to a turbo 6 to a hard-working 4-cylinder engine. It protects against extreme engine stress better than any conventional oil. If Mobil 1 can protect these engines, think what it can do for yours. Mobil 1, the choice of champions.
Sunny days, catching rays, enjoy it while it's here. Now you're talking summer, now you're talking beer, now you're talking good times, and Stroh's is fucking beer.
Stroh Light, smooth, refreshing, less filling.
Now you're talking Stroh's, now you're talking beer, now you're talking good times, and Stroh's is fucking beer.
This is Jeep's all-new 4-liter 6-cylinder engine. It has sequential molded point electronic fuel injection. It puts out 173 horsepower and 220 foot-pounds of torque. But most important, if you put this new engine in a Jeep Cherokee or Jeep Comanche, you're going to see more speed and power than you've ever seen from vehicles like this. Just remember where you saw it first.
We're looking at Darrell Rogers, who seemed relaxed last night when we saw him in the lobby of the hotel.
He has great ability to maintain composure under pressure, and that is a real asset for a football coach.
Especially on the sidelines on Sunday.
Yeah, I mean, if I had his demeanor, I may still be coaching. Or I might have been fired by now, but I mean, I may not have walked away from the game.
Rogers watching his team go on offense for the first time. 1st and 10. The ball is on the 13-yard line. Handoff. James Jones out over the 15, maybe. Here's that Dallas defense. Jones, John Dutton, Randy White, and Jim Jeffcoat, all #1 selections in the NFL. Hegman, Lockhart, and Jeff Rohrer, the Yaley at linebacker. And the secondary, they'll gamble. Everson Walls, one of the best. Fellows, Bill Bates, the hitter. and Michael Downs. They'll be tested today, though. Hipple has got to throw the ball. And you're looking at Hipple on 2nd down 6. A play-action pass. Hipple for Chadwick. Chadwick at the 44-yard line.
Now you see Chadwick coming off the line of scrimmage on Michael Downs, playing him outside, looking as though he expects inside help. He has no inside help, no free safety moving over. It's a post pattern down the hole. Chadwick, who is a tall, rangy guy that can jump, comes down with a nice one.
A 6'10" high jumper in high school here in Michigan. That was a 27-yarder. 1st and 10. The crowd very, very noisy here in the Silverdome. Crossbuck fake pass action. Hipple hits Lewis. Good reception at the 46-yard line. Michael Downs really hit the tight end.
David Lewis will be coming from the right side of your screen. You'll note the right guard pulling out there in front of the quarterback on this waggle action. That's Scott Barrows, number 61. You see the tight end now crossing in the middle of your screen. Michael Downs, number 26, decking. Boy, that Downs can hit you when you're up in the air, Tom.
And Hipple went to Lewis, who he doesn't usually throw the ball to. 1st down carry. Jones making a spin. James Jones, who last week had 174 yards rushing against Minnesota. Here's that offense. Eric Hipple, Gary James, the rookie from LSU, James Jones, the man we were just speaking of, Carl Bland and Chadwick at the outside receiving spots. Lomas Brown. Dietrich is starting at left guard. He's got a bad knee. Mott at center. Scott Barrows in for Keith Dorney. And Stringer's at right tackle. And there's young Barrows. He goes against Dutton. 2nd down and 7. Straight drop back. Complete. James Jones gets a headache and the catch. Lockhart.
Here comes Dietrich out of the ball game. You know, in talking to him in the locker room yesterday, I didn't think he was going to be able to play very long. He hadn't practiced all week. And, you know, he said a story came out in the paper this week, Tom, that quoted him as saying that he really handled Randy White last week. He said, Coach, I didn't say that. Can you imagine Randy White's reaction to reading that? And here I am playing on a bad knee.
Well, coaches take those clippings and blow them up and put them on the bulletin board. 3rd down and 5. A pickup on 2. 3rd down and 5. Hipple. Complete. Let's see what the call is. Carl Bland was whistled down short of the 1st down.
You can see they weren't trying to get the big yardage play right here. Just the quarterback is going to get to the ball back there nicely. Now lay it off out to his right. You're going to see the receiver catch the ball and then spin around from the defender. There he is. He catches the ball. Reverse pivots coming around. Carl Bland, young outright. Knee goes down. They called him down.
He was touched down. Anytime he's touched down when the defender has touched him, it's a downer. Mike Black in the kick. A great kicking week against Minnesota. He's going to try to get it inside the corner, but he's got to be careful. Lovett is back. A dangerous returner that Dallas needs desperately. Their special teams have been pretty ineffective for the last 6 or 7 years on punt, run back, and kickoffs. Here's Black's kick. This is a poocher. Lovett. Fumbled it. Let's see.
Dallas got it back, Tom.
Dallas retains possession. A muff by Lovett.
Center your attention, the center of your screen now. There it is, Lovett catching the ball right there, or trying to catch a football. There it is on the ground. Unfortunately, he did not allow Tom Tenor, number 60, to steal it.
What do you say? Call it a day. 5 o'clock is here. Now you're talking after work. Now you're talking beer. Now you're talking good times. And Stroh's is spoken here.
Stroh's, fire brewed for smooth, consistent taste. Now you're talking beer.
Now you're talking Stroh's. Now you're talking beer. Now you're talking good times. And Stroh's is spoken here.
Jeep Cherokee has just been reborn. It can now be ordered with a 4-liter, 6-cylinder, 173-horsepower engine. Nothing in Cherokee's class even comes close. In fact, with this engine and a choice of 2 or 4 doors and 2 shift-on-the-fly 4-wheel drive systems, you could say nothing's in Cherokee's class.
All I want today is a little Circle K. Want something cool and wet, good and hot, easy to get. Gonna beat the crowd, get quick and get on out. Moving it slower, store that knows. All I want today is a little Circle K. All you want today is sitting on the corner at the Circle K. All you want today is sitting on the corner at your Circle K.
How'd you like to get inside those 2 heads? Black the kicker, and of course Eddie Murray.
Yeah, you know, Black did a nice thing, and I was watching him out early before the pregame warm-up really officially got started. He gave this ball to this young kid sitting in the stands, and that kid probably got the gift of a lifetime right there.
Young guy might be 25, you see right there. We don't know how old he is. Danny White is 3 for 3 for 25 yards, but bad field position for Dallas. Ball is right on the 10-yard line. 1st and 10. Dorsett. Pickup of 6 yards out to the 16-yard line. Devon Mitchell and Johnson making the tackle. A McFadden field goal puts the Eagles on top of Chicago in the 1st quarter early. Is that an upset?
Well, it's one in the making. You know, they started out ahead last week, too, though.
Cincinnati, the sleeping giant of the offense. Wow, Houston rolls on. Here we have no score. 6:15 left in the 1st period. Dorsett on 2nd down 5. A loss of 3 as Jimmy Williams came up quickly.
You're going to see to the right side of your screen Jimmy Williams moving inside out. Now he'll meet Timmy Newsom's block in the backfield, ward him off, maintain his balance, work inside out. Good linebacker play. Dorsett had no place to go.
Boy, good hand play by that linebacker. He never let the blocker get into his body, huh?
Well, Jimmy Williams, as you know, Tom, was late in reporting to training camp, missing the preseason with the exception of the final game, and he's been rusty, and he told me he was just starting to feel like a linebacker again. Of course, he's a wealthy linebacker.
Very wealthy. 3rd down and 7. The Dallas shotgun. White gets it to Herschel Walker. Walker hit hard at the 20. Maybe got enough for a 1st down. This will be a close measurement. When I was talking to Walker the other day, this was on Wednesday, he said he weighed 216 right on the nose and told me he ran a 9-1 100-yard dash as a senior in high school.
Isn't that unbelievable? You know, when you look at him, he appears to be bigger. You know, when I met him for the first time last night, I expected to see like a guy, a 230-pounder. When he said 216, I couldn't believe it.
Well, the nicest young people I've talked to that's come into this league.
Poor guy's nearly broke.
Not a bad 5th-round draft choice. He got the 1st, and that was on a spinning move because he was shelled right away, and Herschel's fast, big frame got the 1st down. 3 catches for 17.
Don't be surprised if we see him out as a wide receiver running by people here, too. He's got that 9-1 speed, as you said.
Scary, isn't it? 5 minutes left in the 1st period. Danny White looks like he likes the new system, the offensive passing system. 1st and 10. Dorsett's in motion. Blitz is on. Danny White. A pretty good scramble by Danny White. And no interception. That's the key.
Good heat. He did a good job of getting underneath the defensive ends rush, and the inside linebacker was coming as well, Vernon Maxwell. Danny did a nice job of avoiding. You know, he's no Montana in terms of avoiding people, but he really does, from what Paul Hackett told me last night, does a real good job of reading coverages and knowing where he's going with the football.
He really likes the new pass offense that they brought in from the 49ers by way of Paul Hackett, huh?
He says he feels like a rookie again, with all this new learning.
2nd down and 10. Dorsett's hit at the 20-yard line. hands, jumped him quickly. That was Keith Ferguson, and I believe Vernon Maxwell.
You're going to see, oh, we have a man down, Timmy Newsom.
Newsom, they ran a crossback. He may have been the one that was caught crossing.
To the left side of your screen, you'll see number 57 moving up in the guard tackle gap right there, the left center of your screen. Vernon Maxwell, he's going to fire in there. They're pulling people, so that turns him loose. He gets to the quarterback right after the handoff, but Dorsett is hit back there before he really gets a chance to go, Tom. I can't see where Newsom got hurt.
Vernon Maxwell plays so close to the line of scrimmage that it looked like Newsom didn't even have a chance to make the block.
Oh, there was no way he could get to him up in there that tight.
And Vernon Maxwell, of course, was a high draft choice from Arizona State. He went to the Colts and into Indianapolis and then to San Diego. And boy, he's found a home here. He got a game ball for last week's game too.
He just hasn't been able to maintain that home relationship. You know, all of a sudden he fools around a little too much and gets himself fired, but he appears to be more settled down. There's Timmy Newsom.
3rd down 11. Todd Fowler, the young running back, is in there for Newsom. Shotgun. Complete to Tony Hill. Almost enough for that first down. This will be a close measurement. I believe it's enough for a first. Bobby Watkins was close.
I believe he made it, Tom. Nice read by Danny White, the quarterback. They rolled the coverage to the other side of the offense, and he was over on the one-on-one side, and Danny found him. Nice execution.
Danny White looks more settled down to me, and when I talked with him last night, and you and I talked with him, he just has a very assured presence about himself.
You know, he said, Coach, I've been around Dallas for a long time. It's the first time I've been complimented.
Yeah, that helps. That's also a great motivator. 1st and 10. The ball's on the 32. Dorsett gets out to the 36. James Harrell makes the tackle. Don't tell me number 33 isn't tough.
No. You know, no one's ever given him credit for being a tough football player. They call him a finesse runner, the guy that gets underneath the tackles and doesn't take the direct shot. That's true. But you can't eliminate the fact that he is a tough football player as well.
And you know, Wednesday, he said, I'm going to go by someday O.J. Simpson, some of the great runners, and he said, I don't think people really realize that I'm a hard-nosed guy and I play every week.
He's just not as big as the rest of those hard-nosed guys.
2nd down and 5. Dorsett has 14 yards. All of them tough. Danny White knocked away by number 27, Bobby Watkins, intended for Gordon Banks.
Bobby Watkins was strung out all by himself. There he is, the left corner. He's one on right there playing inside because he has no help inside. Everybody's dogging the quarterback. Now you'll see number 87, Gordon Banks, plant the inside foot, roll to the out. Now you'll see here Watkins drive, put the right hand on the ball. Well done. That's what he's paid to do. Take another look at this. See that right hand flick there? Did not interfere with the receiver's right to catch the ball. Just good defense.
Good play. 3rd down and 5. White is 5 of 7 now. What being blitz. Banks has it 1st down at the 46-yard line. What a throw by Danny White.
Danny White really took a shot that time. We're back on Gordon Banks right here, number 87, working again on single coverage. A little stop now. Plays the little inside move, takes the ball, wheels around for the 1st down. Good job. But boy, did Danny White take a shot, Tom. You'll see Danny White in the middle of your screen, backing up out of the shotgun. There comes Vernon Maxwell, number 59, and he gives him lunch.
You know, the first year after he replaced Roger Staubach, they went 12 and 4, and nobody gave him any credit for that either. 1st down and 10. The draw play to Dorsett. Maybe the 47-yard line.
That's the same red dog in terms of linebacker dogging that they used a few minutes ago when Newsom got hurt.
Herschel Walker, number 34. It was so much fun to meet him in person. He's almost a spiritual person, you know. I thought, what's he going to be like? And he really is a genuine, nice, very wealthy young person.
Sure like to have him on my side of the line of scrimmage when I'm coaching, I'll tell you that. I'd
like
look
to
like
be
a
his
lot
agent.
better. Yeah.
2nd down and 10. Dorsett and Walker together. Walker is to the top of the screen. And he takes a pass. And he catches it at midfield and somehow gets to the 49-yard line. He is strong. McNorton hit him in the catch, and he still made that yard on his own.
This guy is not a move guy. Here he is to the left side of your screen running a little hitch pattern. Now, don't be surprised if later on you see McNorton, who is just a midget in contrast, making the play. Tough man to get down. He's not a move guy, Tom, but you got to hit him square. He'll run right through the normal tackle.
Looked like he was going to lose a couple of yards after the catch, and he made two. Tom Landry. He's talking, of course, to the Hackett, the new coordinator, upstairs. 3rd down and 5. In the shotgun again. Danny White. Almost picked off. Galloway had a chance at the ball. And Danny White dodged the bullet.
Dwayne had a shot at that interception. He drove nicely, as you see the ball moving to the right side of your screen, drove nicely on the ball, but he's a short little guy, and he just couldn't get there. He's only 5'8". Tom, I think I could eat soup off his head. He may not be 5'8".
He plays so large. Here's Saxon back now for his second punt. Pete Manley to run it back, also from Arizona State. Bill Rogers has a lot of his old collegians with him. Here's Saxon's punt. He almost got it blocked. A little bit of a Dallas bounce inside the 20 to the 17.5-yard line, and they'll touchdown. Saxon does his job again, but the Detroit defense, they're digging in. No score.
From their own 13.
There's something new on the road. It's built by Jeep. It's the kind of truck only Jeep could build. But it's also the kind of truck just about anybody can afford. The new short bed Jeep Comanche Sport Truck. It's worth a look.
An idea doesn't conform to a 9-to-5 schedule. So at Hewlett-Packard, we're always thinking. Because even though we sell business computing systems, what we really do is solve problems. We never stop asking, what if?
Jim? Mike, I've got an idea on that branch office network. What if? Connect all the
Sunny days, catching rays, enjoy it while it's here. Now you're talking summer. Now you're talking beer. Now you're talking good times. And Stroh's is fucking beer.
Stroh Light. Smooth, refreshing, less filling.
Now you're talking Stroh's. Now you're talking beer. Now you're talking good times. And Stroh's is fucking beer.
He's the great Irish hope, but Lou Holtz and Notre Dame must first contain the explosive Lorenzo White. The Fighting Irish take on Michigan State next Saturday on CBS Sports.
The only reason I'm wearing these glasses is that I'm almost legally blind without them, all right? You notice Dallas had the ball for 10 minutes and 38 seconds of the first 15 and yet didn't get any points.
Well, they've been throwing the short stuff. I look for them in the second quarter to go deep against that man-to-man coverage.
Yeah, good ball game, though, you know, but no points on the board. It's still pretty interesting here. As we said, 75,000 purchased ducats to come to this beautiful place. First quarter only took 26 minutes. We're going to talk about Keith Dorney, the right guard, who is not in there, the all-pro right guard, in just a moment. 1st and 10 for Hippel in Detroit. Inside move to Jones, James Jones, out over the 15 to the 16-yard line. Boy, he had some game last week. He had over 100 yards at halftime.
Yeah, Tom, but neither guard that did such a great job of blocking last week is in the ball game right now. Right now, playing left guard is Scott Barrows, number 61, a free agent that was cut a year ago. And the right guard now is Kevin Glover, number 53, a backup player. Well, neither starting guard in the game.
Where's Dorney? He may be on the sidelines. We'll try to get a shot of him. He was so mad talking about his arthritic knee that he had to have worked on and go on the IR list. We'll talk about him. 3rd down, or 2nd down and 7. in and out of the hands of Carl Bland. Number 80, who had 2 good catches against Minnesota a week ago.
Watching Carl practice Friday, he wears very thick glasses in practice, but he wears contact lenses in the game. And one Pete Manley, his locker mate, said the reason he wears contact lenses is if he drops one like this, he can then crawl around as if one of the lenses fell out.
Well, if you get them in wrong, it does hurt your vision, doesn't it?
I've done that a few times.
Okay. There you're looking at him, number 80. He's young, and he's going to be a great receiver. 3rd down and 7. The first incompletion for Hippel. He's 4-5. Out to Jones. Jones hits and fumbles. Recovered by Dallas at the 4-yard line. Jesse Penn, the linebacker.
Jesse Penn to the right side of your screen, number 59, playing the running back out of the backfield. Number 30, James Jones, is moving inside out on the coverage. The reception is made. He's tucks it away, and now he gets it knocked out right there, and Jesse Penn is scrambling for the ball. Last year, Jesse Penn's returned a fumble for a touchdown in this situation.
And, you know, he had 4 solo tackles against the Giants the other night. He is really an active linebacker that's beginning to fit into that Dallas defense.
That he is. Hey, with this great field position, huh? Even I might be able to score from here.
First turnover break that has happened for either team. 1st and goal from the 5. Dorsett sweeping. He's got some blockers. Touchdown. Not supposed to play this week at all with a badly sprained ankle, and he gets the first touchdown.
I'll tell you, he's the kind of guy that doesn't need a motivation from a second back of the caliber of Herschel Walker to play. But you can see him right here on that sore ankle. You can't tell me it's not sore. Running the sweep, gets good blocking right there from number 30 Newsom. 84 owns his man right there, Doug Cosby. Clean up block right there. Great job by Crawford Kerr.
Crawford Kerr is about 290 some odd pounds of offensive guard that Dorsett's beginning to walk in the shadow of a lot. Septien now for the extra point. He nails it. An opportunity, a fumbled catch by Jones, and a touchdown burst by Tony Dorsett. And suddenly it's 7-0 Dallas.
Follow the offensive right guard coming out, number 68, as he pulls at 298 pounds and takes on a defender at the flag. Follow him as he locks him in, and Dorsett goes in for the score standing up.
This man is not a company president. He's not a vice president.
They're waiting for you.
While his face is well known to everyone from the security guard to the summer intern, his name doesn't appear on the company phone list. Yet he controls the productivity of this office, down to the last sheet of paper. And we think that's a serious problem. Because business should depend on a copier that works, not a repairman. Rico, copiers built to work and work and work.
Introducing McDonald's NFL Kickoff Payoff.
Oh boy, a new game at McDonald's! I'm so excited! How do you play?
Collect trading cards of all your favorite NFL stars.
I got my card! Is this it? No! Over here, man! I got it!
Each card's a winner. Win a McDonald's sandwich, fries, or Coca-Cola.
New winners every week! But you got only 1 week to turn in your winning cards, so hustle!
NFL Kickoff Payoff.
Follow me! At McDonald's! I know a shortcut!
For every man who wears Brute deodorant, there's a woman who'll be glad he did. Because a man who wears Brute deodorant is nice to be close to, and nobody knows that better than a woman. Only Brute deodorant gives you long-lasting protection with the great smell of Brute.
Hello.
Brute deodorant, cologne, and everything else. Brute. It smells like a man.
Great.
You're looking at the interim head coach of the Dallas Cowboys in his 27th season, 13 division titles, 5 Super Bowls. I mean, you know, what can you say about Tom Landry?
Oh, I tell you, this guy, look at Dallas turnovers. You know, last year, when they were minus in turnovers, they lost 6 games. When they were plus in turnovers, they won 9 games. So, and that's true of a lot of teams. That's maybe a more dominating stat in regard to the Dallas, because if they don't beat themselves, you normally don't beat them.
Danny White's on the phone. Some operators telling him to use a 1, please, for an outside call.
No, he's talking to Paul Hackett, the new offensive coordinator, sitting to the left of your screen in the black shirt next to Neil Armstrong and Jerry Tubbs, the linebacker coach. The strength coach right there to the back.
What's he doing up there, the strength coach?
Giving him a strength.
Here's Septien's kickoff. It's not going to be too deep. Taken at the 9 by Bland. Carl Bland gets a good wedge and gets hit hard. The flags are down, but Bland gets to about the 28 and a fight breaks out. Jesse Penn really nailed number 80. The officials for today's game, by the way, that's Gordon McCarter, number 48, who will perform as the judge in this case.
Offside, kicking team, holding 54 of the receiving team. Penalties offset, free kick.
54 held on the receiving team. That's James Johnson. And a lot of Cowboys might have been offside. That's, by the way, the first penalties of the game, and they offset. There's Coach Myers, who's been with Tom Landry for so many years.
He's about ready to retire as well. Boy, is he a good offensive line coach. There's the guy that committed the foul, James Johnson. You know, he had a great training camp, Darrell Rogers said.
Sure.
The guy really had a good one.
Don't forget, following us today, you know what happens out on the West Coast? San Francisco and the Los Angeles Rams. CBS doubleheader day, and you know how these two teams really don't like one another. Plus, they both have won their openers convincingly. It's going to be a good one coming up next. Montana's got a little bit of a back problem. I wonder.
It'll be tough on the 49ers, but you know, Bill Walsh has always had success with his backup quarterback in terms of going ahead and playing well and win if they're capable of winning anyway.
Kemp is going to be the starter, by the way. Of course, the son of our friend the congressman, the former player Jackie Kemp. And now Septien will kick from the 35 all over again. A good run back by Bland is nullified because there was some holding.
He says, do I have to take that hit again?
Wayne Fonts, the defensive coach, over consoling the head coach, Darrell Rogers. The buck stops there, doesn't it? You bet. Septien, who beat off the challenge of Zindias in preseason training, kicks this one 2 yards deep, and Herman Hunter comes out with it. The flags are down. Herman Hunter gets to the 26-yard line, and Jesse Penn made the tackle again.
Herman Hunter was cut this week, Tom. We saw him in the hotel when we checked in Friday. He had his bags checking out. They re-signed him Saturday.
It's going to be an illegal block by the returning team again. This is an area though where Dallas really has to improve coverage and kickoff run backs, don't they?
Well, I'll tell you, the big thing that Dallas has not been good at is returning them.
Illegal block during the return, number 34 receiving team. Half the distance penalty, first down.
Number 34, that's James Griffin. 54-34.
First and 10 from the Detroit 10.
Actually, the Cowboys were 5th in the NFL last year in covering them. But in returning them, they were 25th, Tom.
Well, that's a big edge. There's the culprit, if you can call that. But you know, it's hard to get an angle when you're trying to block somebody. This will put the ball at the 9-yard line. First and 10 for Detroit. Handoff. First one for Gary James. James gets to the 15. He is a 4.35 runner of the 40-yard dash.
You could see that speed that time, Tom, because he burst out there by himself after he cleared the linebacker, and a defensive player had to come inside out to get to him, or else he keeps running.
He carried the ball against Minnesota. It looked like because he was a wingback at LSU that he runs perhaps laterally more than he runs upfield sometimes.
Yeah.
Second down 5, a pickup of 5 for Gary James, the rookie from LSU. Bland in motion. Looked like the play was messed up, but Jones gets short of the 20-yard line through just sheer power. Rohr making the tackle.
Boy, did he play well last week in rushing for 174 yards and 36 carries. I asked him Friday, I said, James, would you like to carry the ball that often each week? And he said, no way, Coach. He said, that would shorten my career to carry that much. But he said, I did enjoy it.
Yeah, he was one of the great days in all of Detroit rushing. And, of course, we know they've had Billy Sims and Mel Farr and Steve Owens. They've had some great rushers through the years here. Nick Petrosani, our old buddy. 3rd down and 1, facing the Detroit Lions. They trail 7-0. Short yardage. Jones gets it. Got a flag down at about the 23-yard line.
Penalty marker down. Defense lined up in the neutral zone. 5-yard penalty. First down.
That defensive line, as old as they are, you wouldn't think they'd want to be too close to the ball, Tom.
Well, but you know, you really coach your defensive line on short yardage to almost line up offside.
Look at this graphic right here.
3 of these 7 oldest defensive linemen happen to be wearing blue and white for Dallas. Dutton, Jones, and, of course, Randy White. Also 3 of the best.
You bet.
In the National Football League.
Randy White hasn't slowed a step, and Dutton had his best year last year.
1st and 10. Hipple's changing the play. The blitz is on. Hipple gets hit, and it's still caught by Bland at the 43-yard line. What a catch. What a throw by Hipple.
Tom, that was an audible. Believe this or not, the Dallas Cowboys lined up in the Chicago Bear 46 defense fans. Very seldom do Dallas ever cover the offensive center. Here they are all coming after him. He does a good job of getting this ball under pressure. Mike Hakeman, number 58, actually batted that ball. Everson Walls out there doing the best he can at 1-on-1.
A 19-yard reception by Bland. 6 for 7 for Hipple for 63 yards and no points. 1st and 10 handoff. James chased deep. Knocked out of bounds at the 45. A lot of Cowboys chasing. Everson Walls was the first to get there.
Did you see the advantage of having that great speed that time? He outran Too Tall Jones inside out. Now you're going to see Gary James take the ball, cross the formation. Good penetration by Too Tall Jones, number 72. But that speed, Too Tall says, wait a minute, I'm 30-something years old, kid, slow down.
How about a nice young guy from Louisiana looking up and seeing Too Tall Jones for the first time looming over him.
That's why he ran so fast.
2nd down and 8 for Detroit, as Jones made him run too deep out of that backfield. The draw, the quick draw, a fumble. James fumbled, and number 50 recovered the ball. Jeff Rohr. Jeffcoat made the tackle.
Great penetration there. Jeff Rohr, the right outside linebacker. You're going to see the ball handed off deep. Quarterback going now. There's the snap. He goes back, hands it behind the fullback to James. The ball's knocked out right there as Jeffcoat came underneath the offensive tackle. In this case, Lomas Brown, and got the penetration, Tom, caused the fumble. 2nd big turnover. 2 fumbles. One of them turned into the Dallas touchdown. It's 7-0 Cowboys. 11:24 left before halftime.
When I came here in 1982, I was what you call a free agent, a long shot. Some thought I didn't have the talents, but in the NFL, I got my chance. There are a lot of people who want a chance in life and just need the opportunity to make it on their own.
I'm Bill Bates of the Dallas Cowboys, and this is my wife, Denise.
And here in Dallas, they're getting their chance through the agencies and the programs the United Way. As United Way volunteers, we've seen how it works. Come on, we'll show you.
One of the most critical needs for single parents is daycare services. Last year, United Way's contributed over $45 million to make daycare services available in communities all across the country.
And this is the payoff. Happy children receiving professional quality care, helping parents to make a way for themselves.
That's why we want to say thanks, because thanks to you it works. For all of us, the United Way.
This message furnished by the National Football League.
CBS Sports coverage of the National Football League is sponsored by Stroh's and Stroh's Life. Now you're talking good times, and Stroh's is spoken here. Jeep, there's a feeling you can get only in a Jeep. And by Hewlett-Packard, the people who turn your business computing problems into a business computing solution. Tom Brookshire, Dick Vermeil at the Silverdome. Dallas leading 7-0. Rohr, who just recovered that fumble, is being treated on the sidelines. What does it look like?
You can't tell from here. At least you know he's not knocked out. He's talking. Maybe he got his bell rung. Chances are this guy will be back.
It looks like he was just stunned. He probably got piled on after he fell on the ball. Everybody goes after that thing. It's 1st and 10. Dallas with another opportunity, and their lead of 7-0 already.
Herschel Walker out at flanker back, Tom, up on top of the screen.
Dorsett is the tailback, standing right in the midfield. He takes the toss, the reverse, fake, and Dorsett keeps it. Steps out inside the Detroit 40.
Dorsett.
A fake reverse.
Fake reverse at the right side.
To Herschel Walker.
You're going to notice the toss right in the middle of the screen. Dorsett takes the ball. Now watch him fake the reverse that they ran so efficiently last week, almost scoring with it on Monday Night Football. Set that up. James Harrell, number 58, the inside linebacker, forces him out of bounds.
They're going to use Herschel Walker in many different ways. We've seen him out at that flanker spot a lot already.
You might see him go deep. You know, Dorsett, Detroit is one of 6 teams that Dorsett has never run for 100 yards or better against, Tom. Maybe this will be his day.
He's got 22 yards on 10 tough carries. Detroit's playing tough. 2nd down and 7. At the Detroit 39. Walker's in motion. Knocked down by number 76, Eric Williams. The protege of Doug English, the retired Texan.
Yeah, Eric Williams told me, he says, Coach, I learned a lot from Doug English, the former all-pro defensive lineman here. He said, but the one thing he taught me was the best. He says, never get married. Can you believe that?
Doug English is still a confirmed bachelor, but so is Eric Williams. Some spike, though, by a fellow coming out in the middle of that defensive line.
Good, tough, physical nose guard at 280 pounds.
3rd down and 7. Danny White is 7 of 11. No interceptions. Oh, what a throw. Good catch at the 30-yard line by Tony Hill. Danny White is very relaxed. Flag is down.
Good, tight, underneath man-to-man coverage.
Pass interference, number 27, defense, on a completed forward pass, 1st and 10.
Bobby Watkins interfered, and Tony Hill still caught it.
There's Mr. Watkins. Here he is, right in the middle of your screen, up playing bump and run. Good pressure defense, doing a good job. Now remember, fans, after 5 yards, he can no longer make contact with a guy. He was on his back prior to the catch.
He didn't do anything to him. He caught it anyway.
Defensive backs are all right. Give the offensive guy a chance.
Never change, do we? 1st and 10. The ball is on the 29. Goes for the drop back, and it's spiked, intercepted. Number 59, Jimmy Williams made the interception. Eric Williams spiked his 2nd pass, and this time Jimmy Williams intercepted it.
Eric Williams is to the right side of your screen, working on the right guard. Now here he comes, working around. There he goes, up in the air. He actually came off the center's nose in that defense, dropped up there like playing volleyball, and batted it right to
Detroit,
Jimmy Williams.
That's right. Detroit gets the first turnover. It's 7-0 Dallas.
The art of investment and financial security requires painstaking preparation, bold strokes influenced by a mastery of expertise, a creative approach to IRAs, annuities, and innovative forms of insurance. As one of the strongest diversified financial institutions, we have the capabilities to turn the business of investment into an art. The Travelers. Have you looked under the Travelers' umbrella lately?
The beauty of patience is its gentle persistence, but the power of patience is anything but passive. For proof, we introduced the new generation of Mitsubishi pickups. This new Mitsubishi is more than just a new truck. Patient crafting has combined a vigorous new shape with the available power of the largest inline four-cylinder built, which proves that even patience likes to kick up a little dust. Mitsubishi.
I need my VCR fixed.
Please direct any service questions directly to our distributor in Indonesia.
Got any trees?
With many audio and video products, good luck finding good service. But at Curtis Mathis Home Entertainment Centers, we promise you quick response and dependable service. You see, our terrific audio and video products aren't the only reasons it's worth coming to Curtis Mathis. Curtis Mathis, is it really worth it to go anywhere else?
He's back in a 2-hour movie. His life is on the line, and this time he's playing for keeps. The return of Mike Hammer, Saturday on CBS.
I'll make a note.
Dating back to last year, 56 attempts without an interception for Danny White. And that came on his 13th pass today against Detroit. 1st and 10. Whipple. Emerson Walls was beaten by Chadwick, but the ball stayed up there too long.
Good play action fake, no free safety help. He's throwing it deep down the hole. You'll see the free safety is up playing man-to-man, so he's not there. Here it is. He actually underthrew a touchdown pass, but look at Hipple. He said, God, is it there? Oh, my God.
The ball was 50 yards in the air, but it looked to me like that the receiver had to wait for it a little bit.
He did, Tom. He actually had to wait for it.
Hipple is 6 of 8 for 63 yards. Hipple throwing. Lewis can't hold on at the 47-yard line. Bates was there. By the way, the 2 offensive guards for Detroit right now are Steve Kinney, your former Eagle lineman, and Young Glover, who's playing the right side.
Steve Kinney's first practice with Detroit was Wednesday. And here he is playing in the ball game, number 63.
Again, Dorney was put, big Keith Dorney was put on the injured reserve because he had a very bad arthritic knee. Can they handle that Dallas rush in there?
It's going to be a problem. I don't know. Kinney's not in there.
3rd down and 10. Intended for number 32, and the flags are down. Bates came across. Number 32 couldn't get his hands up. Gary James. And let's see what McCarter's crew rules on this.
Holding, number 23, defense. 5-yard penalty, automatic 1st down.
Johnny Holloway for holding. Must have been in the 6-pack or the 5-man defense underneath.
He's a converted wide receiver out of college. This guy was an outstanding athlete. Long jump, 24 foot 8 inches. JC wide receiver, led the country at 32 yards per reception, Tom.
Wow.
Good athlete.
1st down and 10. The ball's on the 43-yard line. Handoff to Jones to about the 47-yard line. I asked Darrell Rogers what he was going to do with Randy White. He said, Mott, the offensive center, is going to look at him on every play first and then decide to do something else. We're talking about blocking number 54, who's got to be one of the Hall of Fame linemen that's ever been in this league.
9 times in the Pro Bowl, 8 times All-Pro.
He was 272, and Ernie Staudner put him on a diet. That's the kind of diet I'd like to be on. 2nd down and 5. Jones hit hard at the 49-yard line. Mike Heckman really filled the hole quickly.
Tough to make a living running straight at Dallas. It really is. They're so physical across the front, Tom, and the defense is designed, number one, to take away the run. That's why the secondary is in that man-to-man coverage so much. Tom just feels if I can stop him running, then I dictate to when you have to throw.
They blitz a lot more than they used to. Darrell Rogers' teams see more blitzes than they used to in the past,
Well,
do you think?
so far we haven't seen much blitzing from Dallas. We didn't see much in film studies from last week. Now we say tape studies. You know?
Third down and 4. Ball is short of midfield by a yard. Hippo gets it out of the back. Jones is short of the first down. A good tackle at the 48-yard line by Jesse Penn. Looked like Jones was going to be able to get away from the linebacker, but looks like it's short. And Jones is slow getting up.
Last week at this time, Darrell Rogers went for it against the Minnesota Vikings when we were doing the game. Let's see if the fans influence him here.
The defense says go for it. That keeps them off the field if they make it.
There's Maxwell. They call him Mad Max now, number 57, because he is a little bit of a, different personality.
8 solo tackles last week against Minnesota, and he's settled down. He's becoming a very cooperative gentleman. Going to be short. What do you do at home? Do you want to go for it?
Coach, I'm the conservative guy. I punt it. I wouldn't take the chance of giving Dallas the football right there.
The defensive players and the bench are very irritated, but they don't have to live with the press on Monday morning.
I think Darrell made a good decision.
We'll never know, will we?
Well, last year, they were only 1 for 5 in converting a 4th down situation. The odds weren't good they were going to make it this time.
Not against that defensive line.
No.
Black is standing about on his own 37. And Levette is back on the Dallas 10.
He's going to try about a 5-iron shot this time. Drop that inside the 10.
Another poocher, right?
Yeah, another poocher. Here he goes.
Go.
Nice hang time.
Levette fair catching at the 11-yard line. And this time he really snugly puts it away. 7-0 Dallas. And the Cowboys have the ball.
Here at Hewlett-Packard, we believe that the best way to solve your business computing problem is to make it our problem. Because we know that whatever system we design for your company, we're going to live with it too. We never stop asking, what if?
Wait a minute. They have this incredible backlog of data requests.
You're right. What if we used the 3000?
Welcome to the Silver Bullet, home of a cold Coors Light.
Rob, do you work out?
Yeah, I belong to a club. Here's your Coors Light.
Yeah, I'm thinking about joining a club, but can't seem to find a good enough reason. I mean, is a flat stomach a good enough reason?
Nope.
Building up my endurance?
Nope.
Big muscles?
No.
See the club, Rob?
Yeah.
Oh! What's the name of that club?
No slowing down with the Silver Bullet tonight.
Should you ever drive from Paris to Dakar, we'd suggest a Mitsubishi Montero. Montero's won the Paris to Dakar rally 4 years straight, so it knows the shortcuts. But should you stay closer to home, you can still enjoy Montero's 2.6 liters, the independence of four-wheel drive, and the crafting of its civilized interior. Because you don't need a road rally to enjoy Montero, just an impulsive imagination. Mitsubishi.
He's the great Irish hope, but Lou Holtz and Notre Dame must first contain the explosive Lorenzo White. The Fighting Irish take on Michigan State next Saturday on CBS Sports.
Don't forget Saturday, college football here on CBS. Lou Holtz and the Fighting Irish, and boy, they look good even though they lost by a point to Michigan. They play the Michigan State Spartans, who were sort of upset last night by Arizona State. Lorenzo White looks like he might be an All-American choice.
Lou Holtz, fine football coach. George Purvis, of course, doing a good job at Michigan State, but you can, I think the fans are excited now. Notre Dame's back.
Good game here on CBS next Saturday. Newsom goes inside and maybe a yard. Bruised ribs on number 50, Jeff Rohr. Jesse Penn has been playing. You can see Mike Hegman standing along. Linebackers always stand together because they only understand one another. Here's the penalty that's being walked off against Detroit for unsportsmanlike. And that might mean something extra after the ball was down.
That's stupid.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness after the play, number 59 defense. 15 yards, first down.
Jimmy Williams, Tom.
Jimmy Williams. A little bit extra.
Yeah, a little bit extra, but they had him down in the hole. That's not smart football. Tom Landry ought to send him a thank you note.
I think your word was stupid. But he's a good player. He's
He is a good player.
well.
He's a fine player and a good guy.
Landry now on the headset. This is the first time this year I've ever seen him all plugged in.
I haven't ever.
First down and 10. Play action pass. Danny White has a lot of time. Now finds Dorsett at the 30. Dorsett is bulldogged by James Harrell.
Danny White wanted to go deep, but he couldn't get there. Who's the penalty on this time? Jack Fetty threw that.
James Harrell thought he came up with the football, but he tried to wring Tony Dorsett's neck.
James Harrell won the game ball. Look at Darrell. He's saying, my God, guys, I'm going to walk right out there and kick you right in the...
But what did Harrell do except complain a little bit? Is that inciting a riot? I don't understand.
didn't see it.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, number 58 defense, first down.
It's a very emotional game, folks. Once in a while, you should be able to let off some steam, especially if you're playing a linebacking position against the Dallas Cowboys.
Well, you leave it to Jack Fetty to call that one.
A favorite official of yours.
Not one of my favorites.
The crowd loves him. Three penalties for 40 yards, and they're out of the hole, Dallas is. Dorsett to the 45-yard line, and Tony D was moving the feet and almost got out. Maxwell barely tripped him up.
To the left of your screen, you see number 84, Cosby, going inside to seal off the linebacker. 68, Rafford Kerr comes around, blocks Angelo King. You see the great balance of Tony Dorsett working his way upfield.
Wow, plus Derek and Cosby are some blocking duo when they seal that side off. The crowd appreciates the last call, and it's second down and 1. Misdirection handoff. First down, Dorsett. A pile of players, including Maxwell, stop him at the 30, make it the 41-yard line.
They're giving
Dorsett had 206 yards rushing against the Eagles. Do you remember that day?
You didn't have to bring that up.
Was it some day? Did you have good defense and you just broke them, or what?
No, we weren't a good defense that day. It took us a while. You know, in our second year, we started becoming a good defense. But when Dorsett was going super and they were blocking, he was tough to stop on any day.
The third oldest running back now in the National Football League, which is hard to believe. First and 10. The ball is on the 42, call it. Dorsett to the 40-yard line. James Harrell hitting hard. As we've said before, the Lions inside linebackers play the run much better this year than they've played the past couple of seasons.
No comparison, Tom. Last year, the safeties were making more tackles than the linebackers. This year, in the opening game anyway, their two starting linebackers were awarded the defensive game balls. Vernon Maxwell, that you're watching, wearing number 57, and James Harrell, number 58.
Some wild games around the league. We'll keep you posted here on CBS. Upset time the whole season. Second down 8.
They're coming after
Newsom can't hang on at the 35-yard line of Detroit. A naked sprint out by White. Incomplete.
Detroit came with a safety blitz in the middle of your screen, number 31 coming up there. You cannot account for he and the linebacker at the same time. He slips by Dorsett, putting pressure on, as well as number 77, Keith Ferguson, and forces an inaccurate throw.
Devon moved into that lineup. You know, he was an All-American at Iowa, but to come in here and start from the very first preseason game on, it's quite an unusual feat for him.
Very cool. I asked him in the locker room, I said, Devon, were you really nervous last week in your first NFL game? He says, football's football, coach. One of those cool guys. You know?
Boy, it's a good draft choice for Detroit. Third down and 8. White is 9 of 15. Shotgun. he can't hang on. No, it's Herschel Walker at the 30-yard line. Almost made the catch. He does have good hands.
You'd really have to compliment Detroit in the improvement of their defense, Tom. I mean, last year they were 18th in the league. They were 27th in the league against the rush. Last week they only gave up 62 yards running. They're doing a pretty good job today.
You can see the return man is Pete Manley. Mike Saxon will kick. Manley's back on the Detroit 10. Rushes on.
Great punt.
Very high kick. Manley's not even going to go back there. And it's into the... Is it? Detroit says touchback, but no, it's on the 2.5-yard line. The officials got together and made the call. There's a special team play.
You bet it was a special teams play, and it's also a great punt. That ball hung in the air 5 seconds, Tom. Now you'll see the ball bounce right there. If it crosses a plane in the end zone, it's a touchback. It doesn't get there. It takes a great bounce right there. Super play by Steve DiOssi, number 55. Steve DiOssi.
7-0 Dallas.
America rides Monroe. America rides Monroe. On the road, the way to go. America rides Monroe.
More people ride Monroe shocks and struts than any other brand. And right now, get up to $20 in rebates. Get $2 back on each Monroe Matic Plus. And $5 back on each Gas Magnum or Gas Matic. They'll give you the best ride ever, guaranteed.
On the road, the way to go. America rides Monroe.
You stepped up to a 35mm camera because you wanted to get serious about your photography. There, the image is on the film, but will it be on the print? It will if it's Eckerd's UltraLab 35 processing. UltraLab 35 examines each negative for color and contrast. Prints on high-gloss Kodak paper for incredible reproduction, and UltraLab prints are 30% larger. Be sure that the image you shoot is the image you get. UltraLab 35 from Eckerd, when you're serious about 35mm.
Practice. Practice till it can't get any smoother. That's what it takes to be the best in your class. But when you finally got it all together, when your heart and your hands won everybody over, there's nothing sweeter. Wild Irish Rose knows that feeling. We've been the best in our class for over 30 years.
Pick the winner, pick the rose, pick the one everybody knows.
Darryl Rogers, a Detroit coach, tried to appeal for a instant replay ruling from upstairs. I don't believe he was granted that opportunity. There they are up there. That's Russ Thomas to the right of your screen.
What's he doing sitting with the two officials, huh?
He's the general manager and vice president of the Lions.
Hey.
No wonder they said no. First and 10. Hippel is 7 of 10. He's throwing from the end zone. Caught by Chadwick. No, it's trapped. Incomplete. Walls was there.
That's something thrown coming out of your end zone, anticipating tight man coverage. Dallas actually, I think that time, Tom, gave him a little zone. This Chadwick can catch the ball, but the best catch he made all year was in May when he married his wife. He's a newlywed. He graduated from college the same day. That was his best catch all year.
Great all-around day for this young performer from Great Valley State here in Michigan. Second down and 10. Field position very poor for Detroit. Hippel out of the end zone. Chadwick catches it. The newlywed gets the ball out to the 25-yard line. A tough over-the-head catch, and he made it for 22 yards.
Hippel just pedals straight out back. Now watch him pedal straight back. He doesn't turn his shoulders. Now he just lays it up over the outside shoulder of Jeff Kenwick. Tonight, watch him turn, concentration on the ball, catch it over the left side shoulder. Nice job. And actually, Ron Fellows was there if it hadn't been thrown any other place now.
What do you call that, a fade pattern?
A fade type pattern, right.
All right, first and 10. Good throw by Hippel and catch by Chadwick. And they're away away from the shadow of that goalpost. Hippo being rushed and overthrows Lewis at the 45-yard line. The flags are down. Jesse Penn put a lot of pressure on the quarterback, and there's a penalty on Detroit. Jesse Penn, in for Rohr, has great speed and agility.
There's Mike Hagman. He's trying to make a decision there himself. He wants to get involved with a call.
I think Randy White helped McCarter make this one.
Holding, number 32, offense, 10-yard penalty, repeat first down.
Gary James, the rookie, trying to help his quarterback, probably tackled one of those Dallas defensive linemen.
Let's see if we can find this on the bottom left side of your screen. You'll see Carl Bland going in motion. See the halfback number, number 32. He's got him down. He's got Mike Hagman. Look at that. I got him. Takedown, 3 points.
perfect tackling style. Hippo lucky to get it off. 1st and 20 facing Detroit. Dallas defense putting the pressure on now. Here's the handoff to James. James taken out of bounds at the 16-yard line, roughly, by Randy White.
You talk about Randy White and his age at 33. He hasn't lost a step. He ran him down from behind, and he's chasing a 4.340 guy, Randy White.
He told me he's going into the office furniture business, and you know that means he moves it in personally and puts it in your office for you.
To the middle of your screen, 54 working inside out, moving to his left. Look at James. Imagine how much faster you can run if you knew he was chasing you, Tom. Huh?
The thing about Randy White is that he begins to get oiled up in the second half, and then he really begins to labor you a little bit.
Yes, he does.
2nd down, 19. The Dallas defense are going to lay their ears back. Almost sacked by Randy White. Jones couldn't make the catch, and the pressure is on.
You can take a look at how Eric Hipple watches the pass defense and the pass rush. He has good time initially. Offensive linemen give him some help. It's a pattern that takes time to develop. Now you see Randy White moving to the left side of your screen, coming after him, scrambling. He gets it off. He's almost in the grabs, trying to get the ball to Gary James. Really a nice shot, wasn't it?
He went on all fours and still came coming pretty fast.
Yeah.
3rd down and 19. Hipple must be very careful. Dallas leads 7-0. Hipple got an open receiver, and it's caught by Carl Bland. There's a flag down on the Detroit 10-yard line. They may nullify this great pass and catch. Illegal procedure, Detroit.
Darrell said, who made that illegal move?
A 31-yard pass reception nullified.
Illegal motion, left guard, offense, 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
That's Glover trying to block Randy White. I can't blame him for being a little bit edgy.
I may move a little bit early myself trying to block Randy White. You see him move right there? No, I'm not so sure that's a good call. I think he was reset, Tom. I don't think that was a good call.
Looked like he reset for a count. That's all you're supposed to be able to do.
Unless he put his hand down and lifted it up and then put it back down, which he could have done.
It's Randy White. You don't even get your hand down sometimes. 3rd down and 24. Good throw over the hands of Leonard Thompson. It went right through his hands and almost intercepted. Hipple completes a good one, and it's called back. That time he was lucky it wasn't intercepted.
Here you can see he's going right over the top now. There's Leonard Thompson. Now, he's been sick with the flu all week and didn't practice until Saturday, but that ball was thrown just a little bit too high, I think, Tom.
Mike Black is in to punt. You can see what he's done. That doesn't really show how effectively he's been kicking, however. From the end zone. Levette at the midfield stripe. They get the 49. Fumbles it. Dallas retains possession at the 46.5-yard line, but barely. 2:56 left before halftime, and that was close. Don't forget, following our ball game, you'll get to see the 49ers against the Rams. Johnny Robinson has a fellow named Eric Dickerson. He only had 193 yards rushing last week in St. Louis.
He can run a bit.
And the 49er defense had 7 interceptions, so it should be quite a powerful battle out there. Montana will not play, but young Kemp says he will. Following our game on CBS. Danny White with time. And Newsom says he was interfered with. The blitz came.
He was tripped up, but I think maybe the officials looked at that as Tom as it being a ball that would not have been able to be caught anyway. Newsom will be coming from the right side of your screen off a play-action fake, freezing everybody right there. Now you see Newsom appear right there, one-on-one on Devon Mitchell, 31 right there. There he tripped over his leg. Inadvertent contact, I think they rule that type of play.
Dorsett got a pretty good block on that blitzing linebacker. Number 32 stuck it in there, yeah. Second down and 10. White is 9 of 17. 1 interception. White going quickly. This is Tony Hill. Looks like he has a first down and knocks the official down. Crowd loves that.
I really think on this play, Danny White saw the defense, decided to audible, throws a quick hitch out to his right to Tony Hill, number 80. Now he makes Bobby Watkins miss right there. Nice move by Tony Hill. He's working up there. He's finding the flag, trying to get that first down. There he made it.
There's your friend Jack Petty. He just got upended over there, and the crowd gave him a standing O.
Yeah, well, he's a fine official, but I had a number of run-ins through the 7 years with that guy.
Should have an opinion. That's fine, Coach. First and 10. The ball's on the 35. Makes the draw and throws to Newsom. He's knocked out of bounds by Vernon Maxwell. Newsom was the man that White faked to, and then he dumped it to him. The official has dropped another flag on one of the Detroit linebackers, I believe.
I'll tell you what happened. Vernon Maxwell walked by the official and sort of gave him a nudge with his arm. And now he's eating his flag now.
I think it maybe just popped out as the linebacker
I think Jack Petty's eating the flag.
Yep, he's putting it away.
There is no penalty. The defensive player did not deliberately shove the official. No penalty.
Darrell Rogers says what happened is called an inadvertent flag, I suppose. The flag was put away, and you've got to give the officials credit for just making a premature judgment.
Don't argue, Darrell. Yep. Don't argue. Get back away from that guy. They might change their mind again.
Landry, all that concentration, he's just thinking about his next call.
Well, he coordinates the calls with Paul Hackett. You know, he started out, like you said earlier in the show, not as involved, but he's gotten more and more involved.
He's the one responsible. Second down and 7. For Danny White this time. Newsom has it. Newsom inside the 25 to the 23, and the Cowboys are taking advantage of those linebackers that are playing so close to the line of scrimmage.
Danny White that time audible again on first down.
2-minute warning. Dallas 7-0 just before half.
The beauty of patience is its gentle persistence, but the power of patience is anything but passive. For proof, we introduced the new generation of Mitsubishi pickups. This new Mitsubishi is more than just a new truck. Patient crafting has combined a vigorous new shape with the available power of the largest inline 4-cylinder built, which proves that even patience likes to kick up a little dust. Mitsubishi.
You know, it kind of makes you wonder. I mean, why does Coors develop their own special boiler? Have their own fleet of refrigerated trucks? They even designed and built their own malt house. Well, there's this saying, when you want it done right, do it yourself. This
is right.
John Houseman for the investment firm of Smith Barney.
Some investments are backed by the full faith and credit of the United States government. Their risk is infinitesimal. Other investments are backed by faith alone. Their risk is great. At Smith Barney, every investment idea is backed by research. The only risk you take is a risk worth taking. Smith Barney. They make money the old-fashioned way. They earn it.
Tom Brookshire, Dick Vermeil, 7-0 Dallas over Detroit. Short run by Dorsett after a fumble recovery. By the way, that was Tony Hill's 61st consecutive game catch that he's made in this league. And for a draft choice, it didn't look like it was going to be so sensational a few years ago. He is certainly a prime, great outside receiver.
Oh, he has 26 times 100-yard plus receiving games, Tom. He catches a touchdown every 9th reception in his career. Very productive wide receiver. Very bright young man.
That was from a draft choice for John Nyland. Sent to Philadelphia.
Yeah.
They used that choice to get Tony Hill. Not a bad deal. First and 10. 3 timeouts for each team left. Newsom stacked up. And the flags are down back on the Detroit 34, and it's going to be against Dallas. The crowd likes this.
They called it on Paz Derek, number 75, and he tried to politic his way out of it, showing that, hey, you know, he turned to the referee right away when he saw the flag. Hey, I didn't do it.
Holding, 75, offense, 10-yard penalty, repeat first down.
He's only 6'9".
The tallest football player in the NFL. There he is, the right side of your screen. See him pass that right there. Now, you're allowed to use your hands. He jams them nicely, but now you can't lock him up as he runs right on by you there like that. See, actually, that is not as flagrant holding as you see on many snaps.
Looked like it could have been a WrestleMania without any problem, though, with that early contact he made.
He had slid out there to block a linebacker who normally is a little quicker rusher than a defensive end, Angelo King, number 92.
Remember, Richards is the big left tackle. He's had a sprained ankle for 3 weeks, and Posderick has done a great job not only filling in, but blocking people. First and 20 facing the Dallas Cowboys. A quick draw to Newsom. Newsom hit hard at the 31 by James Harrell. As we said, though, Detroit linebackers step right up in the hole and meet the backs.
They did a pretty good job on that. It's a good offensive call for that first and long. Not trying to get 10 to 15 yards back in one play, thinking 6, 7, break one tackle, maybe we get 10, end up with 2nd and 10. Good call on first down.
Trouble with linebackers playing that close to the line of scrimmage, you can dump the ball over them.
Play action pass really bothers him too.
You can see how much time is left. 2nd down and 13. Danny White to throw. A lot of time. Cosby at the 20. Cosby to the 15-yard line, carrying Jimmy Williams with him. Big target.
He's a big target. He's never missed a football game as a Cowboy. Last year he set a record. You're going to see Cosby coming off to the right side of your screen. There he is. Now see him in the left corner. Now he's going to work up there, moving out to the right. This is what we call a straight pattern. The linebacker, Jimmy Williams, did not continue to buzz with him because he had help to the corner underneath. There he is all by himself. Jimmy Williams comes over and makes the tackle.
Remember last year we did this game, number 84 caught 11 passes against the Lions, and the Cowboys lost.
It's still a career high, I think, for him.
3rd down and 2. Cowboys got something going just before halftime. Fake. The blitz is on. Here's the pass to Newsom for a touchdown, and Detroit got caught in the blitz. Danny White saw the linebackers coming and just dumped it. A 15-yard touchdown catch.
There's Newsom, the fullback, right in the middle of your screen. He fakes right there, number 3, and then he checks down underneath right there. They're coming after him. Nobody picked him up. This is the very same play coming out of the 49er offense that they ran in the Super Bowl against Cincinnati that broke the game open for the 49ers.
A lot of different ways this offense can burn you, and it can be a very short pass, which Danny White says is sort of fun this year.
Yeah.
Throw it 4 or 5 yards, and they might go 45 yards. Septien now kicking. Steve Pallure is the holder. Crowd still buzzing from that easy touchdown.
The reason he was so wide open, you can see the defensive back there, number 21, Demetrius Johnson, a strong safety. Everybody was rushing, and nobody picked this man up as he came out of the backfield off that play-action fake, Tom. There he is all alone. Look at that.
And he only had 5 catches coming in, but boy, this is a perfect time to put him into your passing offense. Big fullback.
Danny likes this one, Tom.
3rd touchdown pass of 1986. This is going to be a good year for Danny White.
You know, he's more enthusiastic than I have read him in the last few years. He's more pumped up, more excited about things. I think the new learning has rejuvenated him mentally as well as physically.
And you said Hackett once in a while says, gee, that was a good pickup, or you didn't do that very well, but at least he gives him a response to things, huh?
He said he's never been coached by a guy that's quite as intense at the quarterback position. All good coaches. Hackett is his 5th quarterback coach. And Danny says, this is the first guy that's yelled at me, but yet patted me on the back and said, good job.
Remember the league he came from, the old World Football League?
Yeah,
We've forgotten all about that a few years ago.
You know, not many people realize that a guy like this in the National Football League, 34 years old. Here he's married. He has 4 children. His wife, Jolynn, is sitting home right now. His daughter is his oldest at 13 years old. Here he is. You know,
he's a father.
He could end up like me, being a grandfather at 49. Huh?
A normal person,
yeah.
Right? Septian kicking off. We've got a little over a minute left. Carl Bland waits. And it's taken, though, by Herman Hunter. Herman hit hard at the 24.5-yard line, and bodies fly for just a few moments. Don't forget at halftime, Brent, Will McDonough, and Terry Bradshaw, one of the great quarterbacks of all time, and don't ever forget that. Back in New York from the studio with all the scores and highlights. A silver anniversary of broadcasting. It's when a few of us take a shot at the old gray fox himself, Mr. Patrick Summerall.
Yeah, you've had a few good times with Pat over the years, huh?
Yeah, but what's a silver anniversary? That's what his hair has been for about 25 years. A great broadcaster. We're going to have some fun with him at halftime on CBS. Hipple back to throw, checks it off to James. James is bulldogged at the 20. Timeouts remaining. The clock is moving, and no attempt yet to use one by Hipple.
Great pressure by Jeffcoat, Tom.
Great throw. And Chadwick just didn't believe the ball was going to show up.
Tremendous pass rush by Jim Jeffcoat, rushing inside there over the top of the offensive right guard, 61, Scott Barrows. You'll see to the left side of your screen, right in the middle, 77, Jeffcoat. It's a one-on-one situation. He beats him to the outside and just keeps coming, gets pressure, and it's amazing that Hipple got the ball away.
And you know, with Randy White in there and they're doing that stunt, they're doubling on White. It frees other people up. Here's the duck to James Jones. Tries to make an evasive effort. He's still nailed by Jesse Penn. First timeout is burned by Detroit with a dozen seconds left.
Cowboys called the timeout. They want to get a chance at a punt return.
A Cowboy timeout.
They want a chance
with the headset off now.
Last year, the Cowboys punt return team was last in the NFL, and they want to take a shot at getting a good punt return right here and then being in field position for the field goal after the return. There's Ernie Stotner.
Ernie Stotner on the right and Dick Nolan on the left, 2 guys that I used to play against. They're
Bill Meyer right there on the right. Oh, they're great coaches.
Yeah.
Unbelievable a number of years of experience when you line those 3 guys up on a coaching staff.
I still think Alicia picks out Tom Landry's clothes. They're just...
What's wrong with that? My wife picks out mine. Huh?
Not
anything wrong with that?
Same. But you know, he looks like he wouldn't take the time to go into a store and buy his clothes.
Well, he's a good coach.
Smart.
You guys have been making a living the soft way all these years. Don't realize how tough it is out there in that real world.
Wait till you're in this business for a while. The scar tissue forms.
Yeah.
Mike Black is going to be kicking from about his own 5-yard line. Lovett with a chance to put the Cowboys deep inside and maybe get that field goal that Dick Vermeil was talking about. Bates comes in as a punt blocker. Lovett is a very dangerous runner. The Cowboys are going to get that chance. Mike Black never got his foot on the ball. Albritton, I think, got on the ball.
Let's take a look. There comes a snap to the right of your screen. He goes ahead. Here's good rush coming up right there. He fell. He caught his left foot when he went through to punt and tripped on the AstroTurf.
This wasn't windblown because we're indoors. He flat missed it with his left foot, catching the rug.
He was falling as he tried to swing his right leg through. His left foot, toe down, caught on the AstroTurf. I've never seen that before.
He's a good
Take
golfer.
a look again, Tom.
He's a good golfer, and this is a bogey.
Watch his left foot. See it, left foot catching the ground like that? I can visualize how that can happen in the AstroTurf.
All right, what do you think the coach is thinking on the sidelines about that?
Well,
what would you be thinking?
Well, if he was a normal punter, you'd think he swallowed the olive. But this guy is not a choke artist. He is punted under pressure. I don't think he's ever had one blocked in his career. No, he's had one blocked in his career, so he's not a choke guy at all. He's a good punter. He just tripped on the AstroTurf.
And the artificial rug is so adhesive that those shoes are so good, you can really do that. You can fall right over them.
Tom, there was a day when you slipped all over the field on the AstroTurf, but the new shoe, the development of the shoe over the years has made it almost to the point where you have too much traction.
Dallas with a 6-second opportunity.
What a good-looking guy, huh? You wouldn't be mad if one of your daughters brought him home for dinner, would you? Huh?
No, not for dinner. Tough place, though. The kickers are the ones, they're the final ones. Like the young field goal kicker from Notre Dame that they said missed it. We don't know if that was a good hold and the snap was good. Kicking life is very difficult indeed.
But you know what goes back here is let's go back to and evaluate the great decision to call timeout with 14 seconds to go to try to get the punt return.
By the Cowboys?
By the Cowboys. Tremendous coaching. And it may seem minute, and it may seem like it's not very important, but the end result is great coaching.
It's a good-looking jacket that Landry has on today. I'm going to ask him where he got it. 27-yard attempt by Septien.
He doesn't miss from this distance.
Steve Pallur is holding. What can you say? That's the way football games are won. And the Cowboys have proven that they have come to Detroit to play football this second game of the season.
You talk about letting the wind out of your sails to go back in the locker room. Boy, that is a great boost for the Cowboys and a real demoralizer for the Lions. And I believe Rodgers is going to have to do a super job at halftime of rejuvenating these guys.
Well, you know, you were talking the other day, and you're so good with your statistics that means something, Dick. But 17% of all the plays in a football game are special team plays.
That's right. They average about 28 plays a game.
And if you're good at it,
by gosh, the special teams will win. We used to figure, all the way back in my career, starting with George Allen, that we had to win 2 football games a year because of a great play in special teams, whether it be a return, whether it be a great coverage that caused the fumble, a great long field goal. One phase of the kicking game was going to have to win us 2, independent of the rest of the team.
And the young man you're looking at right here, I don't know if anybody's nailed more people late with those 35 to 40-yard field goals than Raphael Septien.
He's made 8 of 12 in the final part of the ball game when it was tied or he needed 3 points to win.
Just tacked one up from 27 yards out. A blooper kick down inside the 35, falling on to 34, and that surely is the last play of the first half. Dominated by the Dallas Cowboys. Dallas 17, Detroit nothing. CBS Sports coverage of the National Football League is sponsored by the investment firm of Smith Barney. They make money the old-fashioned way. They earn it. And by Mitsubishi Motors. Experience the sensation of the all-new trucks from Mitsubishi. Mitsubishi, perfecting the experience.
An idea can happen anytime. And when you work for Hewlett-Packard, you don't just sell business computing systems, you solve problems. So when you have an idea, you do something about it. You never stop asking, what if?
You know that electronic mail project for the bank? What if we used HP methods?
When nighttime comes and the world is still, you can hear the smallest sounds. And nothing can break the spell like a rough-running engine. But Phillips 66 gasolines are made for the way you drive, to help control knocks and pings and sounds that go clank in the night. So use Phillips 66, because knocks and pings can ruin more than your engine. Phillips 66, you'll find performance in everything we do.
Everybody needs a little magic in their life.
In your imagination. That's the best place to play.
Tuesday night, CBS offers you an emotional experience that will last the whole week long.
This is it.
Wonderful things happen to those who watch The Wizard. Then, in the depths of the ocean, some will die.
A man makes a mistake, he pays the price for it.
Some will live.
Bring it out!
No one will ever forget. Gregory Harrison, Billy D. Williams, and Cynthia Sykes, Oceans of Fire.